all we're doing today is we're just fishing a point, a sand rock point. It's got some weed patches on it. We're trying to figure out our weed patch map, and we're throwing Texas rigged worms, big 10-inch black and blue Berkeley Texas rig with 3/8 of an ounce weights, and this is what we're catching, guys. And here's what we're catching. Largemouth bass.
Big largemouth bass.
One thing you got to remember, man, is put on a pair of waders. Sometimes you don't need the boat to catch bass like that. Oh, and by the way, that dude that said something about you guys don't catch big bass, there you go, son. We're gonna go ahead and get him back in. Sometimes all you need is waders, man. Just put on a pair of waders, get out there, get it done. Rock points, sand points are always good with drop-offs on each side, or if there's a drop-off on one side, the bass will be on that lip if the wind's blowing over it. We'll get more into detail about that later, but man, I gotta get back out there. There's fish out there.
This is what we're using.
Yeah, I'll show you guys the rig. There it is, gentlemen. That's the rig we're using. A lot of times I like to paint these heads. I'll paint them a dark color with an eyeball on them. Sometimes the wife don't get too happy about that because I use her fingernail polish. But just don't tell her. Here we go, guys. Here's a nice one. All we're doing is Texas rigging today.
He came up and burped.
Like I said, we're just doing a little bit of Texas rigging today. Catching some largemouths. There you go, bro. 5-pound bass. Outdoor University. Well, guys, I had a lot of fun today. We had to get out of the heat. Like it's what, 95, 98, something like that. We caught some nice bass today on shiners with drift floats. And we also caught some nice bass using a Texas rigged worm on points. We was talking about points yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, the day, I think me and you were talking about points the day before. We shot a crankbait segment. We had a fall in barometric pressure, and yesterday we shot a crankbait segment. That's coming up. There's some really nice fish on that segment, by the way. But we talked about the fundamentals. We didn't talk about getting into a lot of serious stuff. We talked about fundamentals. Shiner fishing is really fun. Koi, live baiting is really fun. But do not underestimate these Texas worms. I'm telling you right now, this has been a technique that I have used and I have gone to, especially when it's real hot, because you can get down there, that or a floating worm. But when it's real hot, you know, like we told you, we was fishing a point with 2 drop-offs. We were throwing our shiners and our koi on the drop-offs, so we was throwing out that rubber worm, letting it sink down there. Real super slow, moving it in. Heat equals slow down, boys. You understand it? When it's hot and it's sunny, slow down. Anyways, I'm Charles Mills with Outdoor University. I'm here with my cameraman, Jack. Remember, small carbon footprint. Wounded Warrior Project, guys. If you got some extra cash, please. These guys fight for our freedom so that we can get out here and fish and enjoy the great outdoors. By the way, vets, thank you. And take a kid fishing. I'll see you on the water.